Since I was like 5, I've been unusually fascinated. Well, okay, slightly obsessed with the story of David and Goliath. Now, here I am, about to finish up my final semester of this crazy double major, anthropology and archaeology, when suddenly I get this epiphany. The stone. Someplace on this very huge yet limited earth is the stone that David used to kill Goliath. My research led me to start my journey in Italy. Of course, the David and Goliath story took place about 1,000 kilometers away, and quite a few centuries before the Roman Empire was even established. But apparently, David's stone had been on a bit of a journey. So, in my very best Rosetta Stone Italian, I made my way around this ancient city, trying to piece together some kind of picture of the stone's journey. It was amazing to think that for centuries, people have been walking past some of the most obvious clues imaginable. The bad news was that the stone itself was not in Italy, not even in the Vatican City. The good news? Well, one of the only people on Earth who knows the stone's exact whereabouts happens to live in Rome. It didn't take long for me to get the message that I might be getting closer to the truth than was good for me. Do you know that creepy feeling you get when it's like somebody's watching you? Yeah, well, the closer I was getting to my prize, the creepier it was beginning to feel. Believe it or not, of all the leads I managed to come up with, a Roman taxi driver was the most knowledgeable. He told me this whole story about how the stone David used for killing Goliath had been systematically guarded and passed down through the centuries by one family. The precious rock was now under the guardianship of a French winemaker in Rome named Joseph Valladolid. As the story goes, one overly merry evening resulted in Joseph Valladolid being tempted to reveal secrets of the stone's movements.
So, tell me about this stone in your family.
Oh. I can't really tell you that.
But what if someone tried to steal it? Is it?
Although Valladolid doesn't tell her everything she wants to know, he does reveal something that only his family had known for centuries.
If somebody really wants to find it, he has to go in a very long trip to many different places.
The stone is relocated every 100 years between Jerusalem, Athens, Rome, and Cairo. The schedule for these movements is found in a secret code that can only be cracked by piecing together various elements cleverly hidden in the ruins of two New Testament cities, Philippi and Corinth. So you know what that means. Next stop, Greece. I enjoyed my time in Italy, but this wasn't meant to be a Mediterranean vacation. It was time to get down to some serious business, the stuff I'd been studying for the past 3 years. I couldn't wait to really start digging for the next clues. The closer I got, it was almost as if I could taste it in the air, like I could feel the soil on my hands. There was one place I was definitely not going to be digging around for stones or anything else, no matter how ancient. The amphitheater in Philippi was an eerie place. I could almost hear the sounds of the crowd cheering me on, much like the way they did on the day a little boy killed a giant with a stone in a sling. I was constantly amazed at the clever ways in which the caretakers of the stone communicated with future generations. One of the final legs of my journey was Corinth. Unfortunately, that was a total wild goose chase. No clues, no stone, no luck. Being a poor college student makes it hard to go traipsing around Europe for long. I was running low on cash as well as ideas. In Athens, I found a Christian youth hostel that served up a free meal a day. Lucky for me, Jackie Chan's twin brother Jimmy runs the place. And then, it all made sense. Every piece of evidence had led me to this one simple painting on a wall. I tried not to draw attention to myself, but I was getting that creepy feeling again. I'd have to work fast.
He's gone! You gotta get him!
At last, I was holding what was probably the most legendary piece of ammunition in the history of warfare.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's your captain speaking. About to hit a bit of a bumpy ride here for a few minutes, so I'm going to ask
Not
you to
now.
return to your
I gotta
seats
go
and make
first.
sure those seatbelts are securely fastened.
Well, that's my story. For a few precious moments, I held the most important ancient artifact in human history. But I lost it in a flippin' airplane toilet. How could I be so stupid? How could I lose something like that in a toilet?
Well, thank you, Nick, for sharing your story with us. I know it hasn't been easy for you, but I'm sure that just by getting it out there, you're already on the road to recovery and to healing.
No. I don't feel like I'm recovering at all. Actually, I don't feel much of anything.
I understand. Well, does anyone else have something that they'd like to share with the group? Nick, those were some really vivid images you were describing. Have you been watching the Travel Channel heavily lately?